What is up, guys? I'm back. This is my first video back on the channel. It's been a couple months. I've had a lot going on, moved 3 states down, and lots of other things going on, but I'm back, guys. I got a little green screen. I know I look black and white. I need some better lighting, but anyways, we have an awesome little video here. My good friend Xery is here with me from XMG. Want to say what's up, man?
What's going on, buddy? Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so pumped to have you back, man.
It's good to be here, brother. Pumped. I'm glad you're here on my first one back, buddy. It couldn't be any better.
No, it's an honor. It's an honor, man.
Hey, man. Hey, you're the boss, buddy. You're the boss man of all this. Also, got to support my Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to the Super Bowl, baby.
Hell yeah. Yeah. People up in my area, my neck of the woods. I'm like an hour away from Buffalo, so.
I was about to say, I didn't think about it. After I texted you last night, I was like, go Chiefs. I was like, oh, wait. Buffalo, New York.
I've never been a Buffalo fan, man. So
okay.
I mean, I like their team, but yeah.
Right. I don't have anything. I don't have anything against them. So yeah, a lot going on. Once again, Xery, thanks for coming on this, man. So what we're doing is we're gonna review my roster. I'm gonna tell Xery kind of what I'm doing with it, and he's gonna give me his opinion, what he thinks I should work on, or what he likes about it. Kind of like Mobile Gamer and Valley Fly and do over with Strike Force. We'll also go over to my Battlegrounds and kind of show him what my my strategies are and everything. And also go over to his channel, because we did one where I did what he's doing to mine is what I did to his roster. So go over to his and check that out too. So all right.
Right on.
First off, so similar to when we went over yours, you know, I'm working on Boardwin. You know, I spend all the energy on doing. I don't really refresh energy. I just kind of like to save my Drake coins, so I do him first, and I do Zappy, and if you do those two, then you get the daily rewards for, you know, simulating the clan side and the order side or whatever. Yep. So that's why I do that mainly. And then Sint and Turon, he's my, you know, after I've got them all farmed up for the day, I go over to him. So I got him all the way to gear 11, so now on her, and it's exactly what you said, you know, once I get one character all the way to ability 6s, I switch over and I start working on the next person I plan on doing, which was Zappy. Just today I filled hers up with 6, so now all I have left to do is, you know, get her to gear 11, which she's almost done there. And so once
nice.
And so once she's done, all I gotta do is farm her, you know. And then I'm not working on his abilities yet. I'm going to finish up Radash here. I'm going to, well, I guess I only have a couple more things, so I'm almost done with him. Get him to level, and
close.
And you know, I don't put them all the way to 80 right from the get-go because of the daily challenges or whatever that you have to level someone up every day. So I don't take my character straight to 80. I just level them up a couple things at a time.
I do the same thing, and it's a good way to save your draw coins or your gold.
Yep.
It helps you kind of hoard your gold.
And I will say that the crunch of gold and the blue ability mats are real, but if you don't just go all out on somebody and you just kind of be patient every day and do what you're supposed to do. See, I have 230 right now, and
damn,
that doesn't happen very often, but it's been like that for a while. So yeah, just be patient on your stuff. And so yeah, once I get his abilities up and him to level 80, I won't gear him to 11. I'm going to work on the pigs. So him will be able to farm, take to gear 11, take all his abilities. And once he's done, I'm going to work on bar and rail, because we talked about this in your video. What's cool about this game is that it doesn't matter if there's 3 stars. You can max out their gear wherever they're at. So once I'm done with Centurion, I'm going to start working on bar and rail and doing all his abilities. So that's what my future looks like as far as farming and all that stuff. So
I got a question for you. Was one of the probably, you know, bar and rail, they were in the battle pass, right? And then we have the new monkey coming out, which we talked about on my video, Wukong there coming out. What do you think? Obviously they're going to go to Battleground shop. That's been the streamline of what's happened. They're battle pass, we get the event, they go into the Battleground shop. Do you think it's smart to finish off somebody like an Arno, or finish off somebody like a Titania or Garrett and or go right or hoard him and then go right for Bar and Rel when he's launched, because we talked about how we think we're probably going to need him for a legendary event.
Yes.
Which we don't know. That's just speculation. So what do you think we should do there? Because I just thought of that. Like that's a good question, because I want to get Titania to 7 stars. She's going to the Battleground shop in the new patch. I read. When I quickly scanned it over, I saw that.
Well,
do
man,
you think it's smart to hoard your Battleground currency and wait, or what?
Well, here's my thing: is I think you should, in all hero collector games, the smart people are the ones who hoard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you hoard and wait, if there's not someone you really want that bad, then just hoard. That's a great question, man. That's a hard, because it depends where you're at in the game. It depends where your roster's at and everything. Because honestly, I don't think a lot of new players are going to be farming these dwarves and the half pigs. Don't you agree? Would you say that?
Yeah, that's true.
And so, that's a good question, man. I think you should always. I don't think they should encourage hoarding in this game, but that's just kind of how it goes. And if you hoard, it usually pays off down the road. Like, it's not going to pay off right now. What? And I never thought about that. That's a great question.
Because what I think that like just popped in my head is what I might do is I might hoard him enough so I can get him to at least 5-star. Because if it's a 5-star unlock, you just need him for the 5-star to get him, right?
Yep.
Because I think going from like 6-star to 7-star doesn't make a huge jump in stats, but going from like 4-star to 6-star makes a huge jump in stats.
Yeah.
So maybe, because I have Titania at 6-star, I have Arno, maybe I think he's at 6. So maybe that's the way to do it, is like just hoard enough so you can take him up to that 5-star range. And so if it is a 5-star unlock.
And yeah, are there any legendaries that aren't 5-star unlock?
Yeah, there's General Murdoch was the 7. He was the first, or was it Mardoom or General? I think it was Murdoch was the first 7-star unlock.
Okay, so yeah, we don't know that either.
I don't think they do that. I don't think they do that with Boardwin or with not Boardwin, with the dwarves and half pigs, because they're so relatively new. I think that would be. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I think that'd be a bad PR move on their end. Okay,
well, let's say that it's a 5-star unlock for the legendaries for either one of them. Then I would abandon your farm for Titania and Arno and everyone and Garrett or whoever else. And even if you're beginning out kind of and free to play, yeah, abandon it and get your dwarves and your half pigs to at least 5-star so that you can unlock the legendaries. You can at least say that.
I think that's the way to do it. I think that's at least get them up to 5-star. So if it's a 7-star, you'd be scrambling to get there anyways. But at least get them to 5, and then go back to your other farms. Is probably the way to do it.
And here's another thing: when it comes to those battle pass / battleground currency characters, I mean, I've gotten by top 20 in arena with 5-star Kyries, 5-star Garrett. I mean, I'm not there anymore, but back when they were 5 stars. They're super viable at 5 stars. So
yeah,
I don't think there's a rush to get any of them to 7 stars. I mean, let's look real quick. I might have some that aren't even. I might be wrong. I don't know where I'm at.
Wait for the raids. That's really the only thing that's going to hold you back.
I mean, I take that back. Mine are 7 stars right now. But I know my Titania isn't. Let's find her.
But for a long time, I remember you using Kyrie at 5-star in the arena. I remember the first couple of videos we made, you were.
Yeah, and she's a beast even then, and I don't think it's changed much. I think if you guys are watching this, you don't know, and you're like holding off on your Kyrie because she's 5, even 4 stars. If she's unlocked, you guys should go all out and gear her to 11. Especially if you're sort of like starting out and free to play and don't have much. If you have her unlocked, if you have her, Garrett, even Arno, any of those premium characters, Titania, take them to gear 11, and they're gonna be useful for you, especially in Battlegrounds, but in arena and everything else.
Tournaments too. Yeah.
So as you can see, my Arno is almost 7-star, and my Titania is quite a ways from being 7-star. But
but Zelnark up there though, I like that.
So let's start back over. But to answer your question, officially, now that we've talked about it and thought about it, I think when it comes to it, guys, and they start putting these new characters in the Battleground store, this is my thoughts, and the more the best way to do it so you can get those legendaries unlocked. If they're 5-star, abandon them, abandon what you're doing, like I said, because those other ones will be viable anyways, and try to unlock that legendary as fast as you can. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Being the first one. I mean, how good does it feel to be one of the first ones to unlock the new legendaries? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one more thing before we change the subject about that. You may have mentioned this on one of your videos not too long ago, and I commented below about it, but I love the way they're releasing these characters. And I bet a lot, I'm thinking maybe a lot of people don't think about this, and a lot of people are like, come on, hurry up, let's get to the next characters. But one thing I hate about all hero collectors is that they will announce a legendary. They'll release 2, this is just like an example, they'll release 2 new characters that are required, and the other 3 are like behind a paywall. And so they announce these 5 new characters, and 3 weeks later you have the legendary event, and only the biggest whales will unlock the legendary the first time around. That's how it goes. And the second time around, they almost give you just enough time to farm them free to play, that if you go all out free to play and worry on nothing but those new characters, you'll get them the second time around. But if you guys like focus on these half pigs and these dwarves right now, you'll be able to farm them before the legendary event comes around. We don't even know if there's going to be one. I can just guarantee you, because I've asked around and they haven't really gave us any information on the test servers. But it's just a given. Every other faction has a legendary event. So
oh yeah, it's going to come at some point. It's just when they drop it.
So
it's definitely going to come.
So what I'm trying to say is the way they're releasing them slowly, they're giving you time to farm these guys up, and that means you'll have these ones right here, these 3 that I'm showing off, farmed up, so whenever they release the other ones, these will already be done. And then they're going to give you some time after these other ones are released, and if you put some time into it and just focus on these few, you'll probably be ready to unlock that legendary when it comes around. And that's unheard of. Like, I just never really thought about it until the other day, and you said something that made me think, like, this is the best way, this is the most free-to-play friendly a company with hero collectors can do it for you. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you guys are watching this and you're not really farming into them, I would start right now. And that even answers that question even more. I would kind of abandon what you're doing and start working on these guys, because I think you'll find that you might regret that you didn't. But they're giving you a chance, free to play, to maybe get them the first time, whatever legendaries they'll be, to get them the first time around, and that's unheard of in a hero collector.
Yeah, the only thing about the way they release things, and I know I've said it 1,000 times, is the cadence. All right, we're getting 2 new people put into the Battleground shop. We should get one of them pulled out and put someplace else.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I want to see about their cadence. I like the way they do it. I think the Battle Pass characters should go into the Battleground shop. It's the hardest currency to come by. I like that move, but there comes a point where it's like, okay, we got 10 characters in the Battleground shop now, and people have 60,000 arena store currency. All right, pull out the first Battle Pass character, put them into the arena store, or move them to a node. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's start cycling them out, and that's the only thing that drives me nuts about.
That's actually a really, really good point. And yeah, we've talked about that before, but how many do you have? Like Count Delman, is he only in the Battlegrounds store?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, like, he's a pretty good character. I used to think a little too highly about him. Like, I don't think he's that amazing anymore because of how squishy he is. But yeah, you can't. It's about time. And what's the other one that came out right around him?
Well, like Ember, or not Ember. Rin is still extremely hard to come by. She was the first Battle Pass character ever. All right, let's get her out of there now.
Yeah, that makes no sense, and I don't know where to put him, or I don't know, but. And this could be a whole other video we could talk about, but like,
yeah, we'll get into that.
We need a guild territory, a Battlegrounds for guilds, and that you can make it. I mean, that could count as a Battlegrounds currency or something, but another event or another mode. And I know we just got Battlegrounds, and it's like, well, now we're bored, so we want something else. But that's how it goes, with COVID and everything else. We're going to go through content, and we're ready for more. And it's kind of getting to that point, and I hope that what I'm trying to say is I hope they bring something where they might have to have another store, and I don't know if we really need that, but just somewhere else to farm, like you said, some of the more premium characters, and even like, can we get somewhere to farm some blue mats somewhere, please? Like, you just gave us these new relic mats, or not relic mats, whatever they are, ability mats, that are almost impossible to get right now, and you can't give us somewhere to get some blue mats, you know, and so, especially for a free-to-play, the older this game gets, the harder it's going to be for someone to come into this game, and I'm not saying that they need to catch up, but to do much against anyone. Do you know what I'm trying to say about that? So they got to start putting, and I'm getting off on a whole rant that's not even about the roster anymore, so we'll just go on from that, but yeah.
We'll make another video on that.
Yeah.
Goblin news, here we go.
So, somewhere else besides Battleground shop. So, anyways, so let's just start kind of where I'm at. You know, I got the usual people, so like my roster's not like yours is, so I just got the main people that are up in Gear 11. I had some person who was close to Gear 12. See, I really want to get here to Gear 12, even though I'm not really trying to do that, just because as you can see, I have one box left, and there she is, so I'm kind of working on that, but I just can't beat it. Yeah, there's my Delman. I kind of regret doing that, so, because he just seems to die really quickly, and he doesn't hold on.
How do you got him ruined?
He may not be right.
Because he doesn't die that quick for me.
That right there.
You got him speed and potency?
So what do you suggest? Because you're my man. Like, I'm not good at any of that kind of stuff, so I'm always texting you, like, how should I ruin him? So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, speed and potency is not a bad option because his speed is a little bit low. But I think what you could do here, Bones, is, I mean, the potency, his mark of death there, the death mark or whatever they call it. That, yes, it is a potency tenacity check, but you got to cycle through 2 turns to get that anyways, and by that time, most of the time, the taunt's up no matter what. So you're like, do I throw that anyways, or don't I throw it? You know what I'm saying?
That move is useless, honestly. Here's my problem with that
move.
It
isn't.
But it should ignore taunt. You know? Like, because every time I'm going to use it, it's too late. Like, I'm going towards someone who's taunting as it is, and then by the time I get to another turn or 2 turns where I'm not behind the taunt, the match is one way or the other. Like, he's probably already dead by that point. And it all depends on who you're going against. But I like to take, on Battlegrounds, I like to take him and the other elves into the lane, elf team, and take them against the demons, because they seem to wipe through them quite quickly by all the damage they do. But anyways, go ahead. Whatever you're saying, man. My bad. I'm just saying my problem with that is it's kind of useless.
No, that's okay.
What were you saying though?
Then on his first ability, he has his basic. He puts on, what is it? The chance to reduce a cooldown. Yep. Now that's just a flat chance. That doesn't have anything to really do with potency. Go to his third move. He has here. Gets a dodge increase, right? And you can use this move first, but he's giving himself crit damage increase. So I think you'll probably lose maybe 20 speed or so, but keep the potency where it is, because you do have a little bit of a potency tenacity check. But you could either put damage, you can put a damage set on him, and probably keep the speed above 200, so you're not losing a whole hell of a lot, but his damage is going to go through the roof.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he already hits, once he gets those buffs going, and with the synergy with all the elves, he starts hitting pretty hard, man.
And the other thing you got to think is you could put 2 crit chance sets on him with a potency, because under the Thalane lead, crits matter, right?
Yeah.
So, and then under his stats, you could even, if you wanted to, you could get rid of that potency set, and then in the Northwestern rune, you could put a potency in there, and you're pretty much getting the same bump as you're getting from the potency set.
Gotcha.
So you could go damage crit chance.
I have that there, which is useless. So.
Right. So you put a potency in there. You're pretty much getting the same thing as you are from having the potency set. Then you could go crit damage, critical chance. You could go damage, critical chance.
Okay.
And you could increase the amount of damage he does.
Okay.
Crazy.
All right, yeah, I'll work on that then, because I like him a lot. It's just he's a little.
Because he's super survivable for me.
Okay.
He's very survivable for me.
Yeah,
and
that's my problem is he dies.
Because go to Thelane for me for a minute, because I can't exactly think of her leadership. Because you're going to be running essentially under the Thelane leadership.
It's like the more crits you get.
Right. Increases crit chance by 30, and then recovers 15% of their turn meter. So you don't need as much speed on him, essentially, because if he crits, he's going to give himself a turn meter. So that crit, and he's giving himself that crit damage increase. So put some, even if you went like 2 crit chances with a health on there, you can do that too.
All right, like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like Thelane, you want her to go as fast as possible. I mean, just because she's an absolute monster.
Yeah.
So you got her right. The only thing potentially go up to her potency.
Right here, 40%.
Oh, yeah. If you do you have it? Do you have potency in that northwestern room?
I may not. I don't ever think about that. No, I do.
No, you do. Okay. The only thing, like, I sacrifice a little of the crit chance on her to make sure she lands those debuffs, because she'll get her turn meter back by debuffs she puts on, I think it is.
So would you suggest trying potency instead of crit chance there?
I mean, are you landing all those on a frequency? Like, I'd rather have a 1 in 2 shot than, right now you're like 1 in 3.
I mean, I'll show you real quick. Like, she does the job for me. And like, so how fast is your Thelane? Is what I was going to ask you.
I want to say she's right around the same. Like, I think she's like 159.
Man, if you can, like, if you guys are watching this, put the best speed mods you have on her, because I mean, it helps a lot.
Yeah, you just want her to go fast.
So
because you want her to go fast and stick those debuffs.
Right, and I'll try that.
That's the whole point of her.
I'll try that for sure.
But I mean, if you're having success, don't screw with it. But
because if you see, I'm at 13, and this isn't really trying too hard. And let's see if I can show you who I'm using. I recently took Xery out and put Titania in. I'm holding better with her than I am with Xery. But offensive wise, I don't do as good without Xery.
Understand. But I can see that, because Titania, Xery has that AoE ability. So if you're behind a taunt, Xery can still get some of that.
Yeah.
Where Titania is more of single target bleed, and just sit there and hopefully get as many dodges as possible out of her.
Right. And now that I'm back and going studio wise, I'm gonna do a video on More Doom. I just love this guy. But
Dispel on as basic is worth it.
And then taking that slash move, and if he's quick enough and he gets out before like Titania, you put that slash move on her, I mean, you kind of put her out of commission. So, and you can work on someone else. But when you have this combination, right, these 4, it's like, oh goodness, here we go.
Yep.
It's
what I was screwing around with is running a tankless team and putting buff in there, and then speed tuning where More Doom, if Thelane went first, then More Doom, and then buff did the turn meter swap with More Doom.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. What's weird that you say that is because I haven't said it to anybody. I haven't read it anywhere. That was my team. I just recently turned this up. But yeah, like you said, do this right here. And just
Thelane or More Doom are your 2 fastest, then buffs your 3rd. And you just turn meter swap to More Doom. He can drop his minions, you turn meter swap with More Doom, and then you got your slash move ready to go.
And that all happens within like the first 3 or 4 moves.
Yep.
So.
And then you nullify their tank for the whole match, essentially. And then Thelane just starts lighting people up.
And yeah, if you guys are watching this is a good way to...
Solid.
This is a good way to counter the meta, pretty much. So you guys don't be scared. I know this is still a premium character there and several legendaries, but if you have these guys right here, and you're trying to go up an arena, this is the better free-to-play way, because it's really hard to get Titania right now. And Thelane's pretty scary, but she can be whittled down pretty quickly as long as you get all the taunts out of the way.
If you ability block her, she's done.
Yep. Yep, and I'm ready for a new meta, man. I really am. Like, I hope these dwarves come out, and that's who I want to be meta, is the dwarves.
If the other ones play like that's the first two, they got a good shot of it.
As far as a duo goes, they're one of the better duos in the game. Because
they got some of the best synergy in the game. They're right up there with Nightingale and Soleus, in my opinion.
And I'm going to come out and say it, like, I really love the dwarves thing. I'm not into the half pigs. I'm not mad. It's a new race and everything. But I'm just not too into the two pig things. I don't know. I really want.
I'm not either, but they have some really cool mechanics.
Yeah, and they. You wouldn't think that the two pig, the way they look, you wouldn't think they're as good as they are. But the testing I didn't do much, but I did like the Gorm lead. Because if you guys don't know, Gorm is going to be the leader for these half pigs. Because they don't have an official leader yet. Maybe the dwarf legendary event will supply that. I don't know. But so you're gonna have to use Gorm as the lead. And I did that. I did Gorm with the two dwarves, the two pigs, and I mean they were holding up against some pretty good teams. It wasn't meta or anything, but they weren't meant to be put together either. So I was impressed by that, actually.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, what else do we got going on? I don't have as many Gear 11s as you might think, but there's ones that I got to do first, you know, and right now I had to kind of abandon. But as you can see, I got Zalinar here. I got him 50 out of 65. Got him pimped out. And man, he's funner than, like, when you're on the test server, you're taking max stats versus max stats. So you don't really get the reality of how things work. He's really fun, man. I want to do a video of, like, top 5, top 10, like, most satisfactory moves. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here, when you hit people with it, it's just really satisfactory. And when you get the hit twice, you have a chance to. You have a 25% chance to repeat it. And there's something about it.
That's so great. They go 3 times in a row. It was awesome.
Oh, 3? I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty satisfactory. And I kind of hated on the totems at first, but I don't have nothing against them, you know.
They can screw you up. If you go up against the Zalinar team and that taunt totem drops, man, it can screw you up.
Yeah. Yep.
It can screw you up. Yep.
Well, here's another thing: is I told you I've been using them on like tournaments, and if you have, you know, if you're a higher end player, it's all the lane leads. You know what I mean? But
that's all I'm facing usually.
But usually I try to get the lane and more doom on a team, and if that's all I have, then I can usually get pretty high. You get Zalinar in there, and one of those totems, I don't remember which one it is, but they'll put haste on him, and that helps too.
Yep.
Also, how many other characters have the haste, are able to give out haste?
Kagi and if you tier 7 it goes up to like 2-turn cooldown or something like that. It's crazy.
Huh. Yeah, I know not very many
people. The only one I can really think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't ever see it very often. And so what is it? Is it 50% more turn meter, or how much more percent is it?
I don't know. I'd have to look at Shaking Gaming made a great infographic. Let me pull it up on Discord here.
Okay.
Since we got the share screen going, I'll check it out.
I don't know how I'm going to try to explain this. Or speed itself, does it affect dodge at all?
No, not supposedly.
Okay.
Not supposedly, but
also
I don't know.
Don't get me started on the AI dodge either.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. Where's haste? It gives you a 30% turn meter increase.
30%. Okay.
Or speed increase.
I figured 50% would be a lot, but that's still
30%.
Still really good.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
So here's my question: the higher the person's speed, that would be the more
they receive. Yeah.
Yeah, they receive. Okay. And so yeah, I'll throw that haste over on the lane a lot of the time. It helps out a lot.
Yeah, Kagi gives a team-wide haste, and I think that's all I can think of. All I can really think of right now.
That's why I asked, because I don't know very many characters that do that.
It's a good point. I never thought about it, but yeah.
So yeah, Zelanar's pretty good, man. I have a lot of fun playing with him. He may not be the most OP character, but he's a lot of fun, and I like the way he looks, and he's just a cool character. But
people don't know how to fight him yet, so it gives you an advantage.
Yeah, I don't see I'm surprised that I thought, everyone else has him, but I don't see him very often in the tourneys or anything.
No, you saw where I am. I mean, a lot of people get burned out on crap like that, so.
And very rightfully so. Like, I understand. It's just I'm not gonna lie, I have more time than a lot of people do. So, God, I don't know. I'm playing like 6 hero collectors right now. All right, so yeah, and we'll go through this real quick and then go to my battlegrounds. But you know, some people I'm wanting to get to eventually is Tromgar. Like, he should already be gear 11, but it's just like always. And all my goblins need to be gear 11. I think some of my pandas need to be, my elves. So I got a long ways to go, but it's just someone new's coming out every time, so I'm always working on somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing like I could really suggest to you is just, you know, like your teams, like you said, if you're building a team, you don't have that like one full team gear 11. You know what I mean? Like there's always 1 or 2 guys that aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And
that's the only real criticism I could say of your account. I mean,
yep.
You're pretty much in the same spot I am, with almost everybody 7 stars except for the new people. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so I got a question for you. Is there someone that you see me, like, this is the very bottom of my list here. Is there anyone you see that I'm sleeping on? Because if they're down here at the bottom, I probably won't be working on them anytime soon. And as you see, I have a lot of work to go on. But do you see anyone that like I'm really sleeping on that I should kind of focus on more than what I am?
It's going to be surprising because he's not the best character. But the Kagi-Boris combination is really, really good and really slept on.
Okay.
If you click on Kagi and you go to his passive, take that up to 6. Increases damage by 30%. If Boris is in the party when the battle starts, Kagi and Boris both get a dodge increase. That is huge because they're so squishy.
Right.
And then when Boris has something that increases like his damage or something like that.
Okay.
So it's one of the most slept on synergies. I mean, it's not game breaking at all, but it's really good for a pride comp. Because you pair those two together, Kagi's giving you haste on your whole team, so you're speeding up an abundantly slow team. Most people are going to target Boris first, because he's the main damage dealer. If like, say they stripped the talent off Salvador, they're going to go after Boris. That's what I would do. Or Kagi, either one. And you have the revive mechanic there. So it's, to me, that's one of the most slept on kind of synergies.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And when it comes to pride, you want as much offense as you can squeeze out of them. So I think
exactly, and giving the extra damage. I think it's damage from Boris. Maybe I'll have to check, but maybe it's crit rate or something.
Like, what's your ultimate pride team? Like the best lineup for pride?
For me right now, Hera lead with Salvador because you get the pre-taunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boris, Kagi for that synergy, and then Renara.
That's what I'm thinking. All right. Well,
but I'll tell you this right now: if you don't have Renara and you have Roxy, Roxy's really, really good, and she is super slept on.
Okay.
Super slept on because her damage decrease when she puts on the feathers, it decreases the damage.
Oh yeah.
That you take.
I don't know anything about her. I haven't even messed with her at all.
So you get a damage decrease. So if somebody's close to dying and your heal's not up, you could give them the feathers, or you could put that on Salvador if he doesn't have his steel shell up, because the magic damage dealers will shred Salvador.
So here's another
put that
question. Let's say that you take Renara out and you put her in, even though you have Renara. Where would you put Renara at? Or would that even be a good strategy? Or do you think Renara should just stay there?
I think Renara should stay there for now. The only team I've really, and this is just me screwing around on the test account, is putting her in like a regeneration team. Like the elf team with Thalia, because Thalia does more damage based, her basic will do more damage based on the regenerations that are on the team. And, so I paired Renara with Sinjil to kind of screw around with that, but it's not like a long-term fix. Her home is with that team. But even if the team's split and you use like a Revol lead, right? Mm-hmm. And you keep Hera together and you keep Renara with that Harris Salvador team, Roxy is super, super beneficial for that Revolve team because it's squishier characters, and those feathers decrease the damage. So
that's interesting.
Something to keep in mind.
I honestly, I kind of just looked at her as trash because no one ever talks about her or anything like that. So that's interesting. I'll have to look more into that.
In my opinion, for what it's worth, is, I mean, she's not like the best healer in the game, but I don't think she's, and even me, I haven't utilized her to her potential yet. Like, there's a list of characters with the most potential in this game, and she's on there. Because you can plug and play her with any team. Her heal is pretty strong, and then you have that feathers effect. I mean, it's interesting. It's super interesting.
But
if you put that on somebody like Arno, that'd be crazy.
And we're talking about this, and we have a pride. I just call him Monkey Dude. I can never remember his Monkey King.
Wukong.
Wukong, and I'm just so excited about him, man. I can't wait to get my hands on him because on paper he looks crazy.
And I wonder, in my head, like, I haven't read his kit all the way through yet, but I think he might fit more under a Revolve lead, you know, because he makes that copy of himself. So I don't know.
Well, if you think about
I don't know. I got to read his kit more.
We've talked about this previously, but you know, Plague Quantum is wanting you to split your races in half for Battleground. You know what I'm saying? So they have it in mind. So anytime they're releasing characters, they have it in mind of, okay, this character's going to go on this team, or this character's going to go on this other team. So yeah, that makes sense about Wukong. So I'm excited to see what he brings. So alright, so we're over here on Battlegrounds. So here's just some of my teams. I don't, you can also give me your opinion. Like, do you have, as far as strategy wise, is there certain teams you put up front every time and certain teams you put on the back? Do you have a certain strategy when it comes to that?
I've been playing around with it because, like, one time I put my elf team up front and it got like 5 victories. Like, took them 5 times to bring it down. And then the next battle, they take them down in 1. And then somebody in the back took 5 times. So I don't know if it's just like people don't know counters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that's a good point.
To me, I really haven't found one team super better than the other. You know, so, I just haven't found it yet. Not consistently at all.
There's only one team I feel like that is, and I always put my pride up front. If they're good.
I do too.
You know, because
I do put my pride up front almost every time.
If you have the right line,
but
it's hard to get past. And
that's true.
Almost every time, unless you just go all in with a team you know is going to take them out, if you try to underdog them, you'll lose every time. That's 15 banners, and in this kind of game, 15 banners could mean a win or a loss. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you got your work cut out for you right here, man.
Yeah, look, this dude already cleared me, so this will be fun. So this is theirs, isn't it? All right. So
yeah.
I'll show you mine here. This is what I got going on. So this is news to me. I've just now seen it. I don't know if we can see it though. This sucks. Well, you have to look back behind this, which kind of sucks. But
that's all right. You got your standard Goblin team.
I just don't know if I like Arno in there. I don't think he makes the difference.
He's not. I said this in his new video. I don't prefer him under the Murdoch.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
The Instructor Goram Adam combination fit better because of the assists. Arno really doesn't. His basic doesn't do much. When you think about Adam's basic, he gives the decreased attack, and it's an AoE. And then Instructor Goram on his basic gives Adam back the taunt. So to me, it makes him more of a pain in the ass to fight. I prefer Arno under that major shot lead, and he's more beneficial in my mind.
So would I want to take Amara out and him out and put Adam and Goram in there?
That's what I would do, because major shot's blind. Because right now, I guarantee you, he's going in there, and he took out major shot first before Arno even got his taunt up. Where Adam has a better chance, because say your Murdoch went first, and then he calls Goram into assist, you got your taunt up now. Now his strategy's screwed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a really good point, man. I'm going to try that.
You just stack the crit chance through the roof on Goram. because if he crits, he puts on that taunt back to Adam. So even if it's on an assist, so that's why Adam and Goram fit better, and that's what the half pigs got me worried, because pulling Goram off that Murdoch team could cripple it for sure.
But that's what's cool about Battlegrounds is, that's how it should be, is where there's enough people, enough characters, which there's not yet. There should be enough characters where you can change up the stuff and throw people off guard, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
it is going to be
I tell you,
it's going to be a problem, but it's going to be a cool problem,
Right, exactly. I'm looking forward to that difference then. Oh, okay, here's a hero lead. Oh, here's Murdoch. Where's the human team? Where's the demon team?
Yeah.
Like it'll be fun.
The only surprise you get right now is where they're placed. That's it.
Exactly.
Different combinations, really.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm gonna do what you said and start working on my Kagi when I can, kind of off to the side, because I have Boreas and stuff, but his offensive output will be doubled with Kagi there. So
yeah, and the survivability will go up.
And I don't know, man, but when this monkey comes out, it might change our whole opinion on.
Yeah,
Pride,
exactly.
So,
exactly. I mean, we don't know.
My opinion, he looks like a legendary character, the way he looks, as far as how he might boost the pride. I don't know. Yeah. We'll find out.
And like you said, yeah, I haven't been this excited about a character since Garrett.
Okay, over here, so my strategy was I put some of my worst teams up front so that maybe they'll use up a character or a team that might help me in the back, but that hasn't really helped me at all. So this right here is like my worst team. So I just put a slinger lead and I just throw a bunch of my leftovers over here. But that might improve. This team might improve if I move Adam around, and I might have some other people there. So this is just kind of my crap team there. But it took 2 attacks for him, so
yeah.
Maybe that'll help me whenever I go to attack banner-wise.
Yeah, Wonder Lua really is big on a full lane lead too. She does good to increase that survivability because she'll stealth everybody but Titania.
I'm not sure who I have on. You might be able to. And like I said, if you have an opinion on if I should move someone around to somewhere else, let me know, because
I'll tell you.
I'm always experimenting, so I'll show you where my elf team is. This is just the plain old. There's not much else to add there. I don't have Uncle Ho. I wasn't too into him, so yeah, just the generic lake lead there.
He's got a lot of potential too, man.
Does he? I'll be okay with him coming out, and I'll start farming him as soon as he's not farmable yet, is he?
No,
he's not in a battleground shop or anything, is he?
Like I said, I haven't read the patch notes verbatim, but I think Titania and Uncle Ho are going into the battleground shop in the next patch.
So here I got my elves: Thelane, Phalia, Delman, Titania, and what's his name? Eric. Now this I'm always changing up. So what would you put here?
I would put Wonder Lua in that team. I'd take out Shieldbreaker.
And where would you put Shieldbreaker?
You don't have a human team even in?
Hold on, yeah I do. Let me find it. I haven't showed it to you yet.
Did I miss it?
No, we haven't looked at it yet. This is it. I wish it wasn't blacked out here. But I have Solius, Garrett, Nightiel, Freezard, and Batty.
The other one you could put it on that would be possibly interesting is take Xantera out of that buff team.
Dude.
And put Shieldbreaker in there.
Xantara is absolutely trash for me in this team. I've
been working on a video and I think I just have it. I haven't even released it yet, but her and Mega Wheel duo is something to watch.
Okay, so.
But essentially, they changed her kit that she needs Mega Wheel to be at her most, and you put Eric on there and you can't debuff those characters. That would be a bitch.
Okay, that's a good idea, man. So take Xantara off, throw Eric in there, then I can take that Wonder Lula off my crap team. Okay.
Put her in with your elves where she makes the most sense.
And then I can, then I'll have Xantara. I'll put Mega Wheel in there, and I might also have them somewhere else. So I would have Amara.
Xantara, Mega Wheel would be good in there because they get extra stuff from the Slinger lead.
And then I would probably.
So that wouldn't be bad.
And I would have Amara and Arno left over. So that might actually drastically improve this crap team. That's the worst one I have.
Yeah, because I'd take the Goran and Adam and put them in your Goblin team, dropping off Amara and Arno. Then you could put in your Mega Wheel, Santera in there, and maybe even Arno. Make it a double tank team and just let people get pissed with it.
I like that a lot, man. I'm glad we're doing this.
You know?
Yeah.
Your Panda team, with who you're running with your Panda team, you might find it more beneficial to put Kinley as your lead. Because all you're getting from your Lake lead right now is penetration. So you're going to do more damage, which is fine, but your survivability sucks. Because you only have Kinley or Patriarch Chi is pretty much your healer. With a Kinley lead, you're restoring your health, you're increasing health right off the bat. So yeah, your damage is going to be down a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, this guy took 2 attacks against it, so maybe I'm wrong. But
I don't ever do that. I don't ever do that, so I'll try that and see, because that's my problem, is they die very quickly on offense or defense. So
yeah,
I just thought he was a superior leader, so that's the only reason I always put him there.
If you have the full team, if you have the burn team to run with him, it's the better of the 2 teams.
Okay.
But if you're making a combination, I still think Kinley is the best lead for Pandas on a combination.
Okay.
Patriarch Chi's rework was really good, but it's based off of healing, and he's the only one who heals himself besides Kinley passively will heal himself. So you're not reaching the full benefit for that. If you had if you were making a mishmash team and you put like Patriarch Chi in, and you could put an actual healer with Patriarch Chi, that would be really beneficial. Okay. Like we were talking about Roxy.
Yeah.
I've been playing around with a Roxy under a Patriarch Chi lead. That's pretty beneficial. But
okay. All right, well,
survivability-wise, with what you're working with, Kinley might be better.
All right, try that, man. So yeah, here's my Xery team. I don't do this on offense, but I feel like, I mean, what do you think about this on defense?
I like that on defense, because the Xery lead's a pain in the ass anyways. Mm-hmm. Then you have Tromgar, you have more Doom, you're getting the Dispels from Hardork, plus the ability blocks, and then you have the wild card in Zelenar. So I really like that team.
I've never went against it, but I want to, just to see what it's like, because and it took me 2 attacks, so.
Well, and it could be more too, depending on how the AI plays, you know, and if RNGesus dropped the right totem, could take you more.
Yep, that taunting totem. I like that taunting totem too.
Yeah, and then he's even got the heal totem too, so you got a passive heal there, and then you have the Dispel from Hardork, which is huge.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't particularly care for, and you really can't avoid it, is Hardork isn't a team-wide cleanse. It's like for him and 4 characters. So he could be cleansing Mordoom's imps and not Tromgar.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so it's like when you pair Eric's Shieldbreaker with Mordoom. If Mordoom's already dropped his imps, and then you put up the Grace ability, or not Grace, Rousing Cry, the imps could get it and not Tromgar or your tank, and it can screw up the whole fight. So it's something to keep in mind. I mean,
yeah.
But that team's super solid. I wouldn't change it just simply because of that.
Yeah, if I saw that, I'd be like, oh crap, here we go.
Yep,
there's
exactly.
Some teams where I'm just like, I see it, I'm like, I don't even want to play now. Because, like, what's the longest time you've ever spent on one team backing out and going back in?
Oh god, there was it was a human-led team, and it didn't look that bad. It was Solius, Freezard, Eric Shieldbreaker, Garrett, and then I want to say Nightiel. I'm like, all right, this isn't that bad. It took me like 7 attempts to get this damn team down, because it was in the back. I had nobody left. I'm like, what the F is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
dude,
that's one that got me.
You could probably go back when this first started, but I think on a stream one time I spent 30 minutes on a Pride. It was the most. I was mad. And I was like, no one wants to see
Pride has always been your nemesis, man.
Yeah, I don't know what I gotta do. And so, how do you usually counter a Pride? What do you use?
Me?
Yeah.
Xera. I use my orcs.
That's what I used to.
Because it nullifies Salvador, and then I can just go in and pick off who I want to pick off. if you get Renara out of that team, then even if Salvador gets his taunt up, because Salvador's AI plays him exactly the same way. Every first move, he's going to use his Steel Shell. So he's going to use that when Xery puts up the ability block, or the buff immunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to use that. And then the next move, he's going to taunt, because he doesn't have his taunt up. So it's fine, because all you got to do is just burn him down, and he's not going to have Steel Shell up, and then you can just go whoever if you want. And even if Renara reses him, he's got such a long time till his next move that it doesn't matter.
But what really irritates me is that I have to use a Xery team on a Pride.
Exactly.
I want to use that team on something harder.
Or you just bring in somebody who can dispel. Like, even if you want to save your Xery team, just bring in a team and just plug in more Doom.
That's really what it is. It's all about the dispelling, because...
Yep. If you can get his taunt down, then the team, you can just start picking away at who you want.
But I don't know if it's being modded right or everyone has the right speeds, but if you go against a Pride where you're just constantly stuck behind Salvador, and then his taunt goes away, and then you start working on Renara, but then she goes under invisibility or something, it's just like it can be an endless loop depending on where all your characters are at, and it's just a pain. But,
and you know what works too is you can. I've done it with a Soleus team with Garrett, because he can take off that invisibility. Yeah, he can cleanse the disability and puts on the blind. That's the other. That's like my second team. If I don't want to waste my Xery team.
I really like that move. It all depends once again what RNG is with Garrett, but on Arena when I have him, I showed you my team, and I'll usually go against the lane Titania team, and when he gets that anti-magic arrow like the second turn, and just takes all those debuffs or all those buffs away from the team, and it's like, all right, it's on. But
yeah, I got so pissed the one time I was fighting, and he got the anti-mage arrow 3 turns in a row. I was like, are you kidding me?
I didn't know you could do that. I thought they were different every turn.
No, it's just RNG. Whatever RNG pulls. And of course it was one of those matches where they were dodging everything.
Yeah.
I about raged through my phone.
That almost kills Battlegrounds for me. And it's every time. It's like, I'd be excited about Battlegrounds, but I know I'm going to get like 2 or 3 matches where it's just, no offense, but it's bullcrap. Like, it's cheating for the AI. And, you know, I never, diss the devs or anything, but they claim that it's not the AI and everything, but I wonder if they ever play Battlegrounds, because, my God. And I'm not the only one that ever talks about it either. Everyone I know complains about it, but that's another video or whatever too. But
yeah, it is.
All right, this is getting pretty long. We're at an hour right now. Right. So
oh man, okay.
That's what happens when I'm on here with you, man, and we have a good time. So yep, pretty much. One more thing, like, do you like my human team there, or what would you change about that?
No, I like your human team. I would leave it the way it is. Like we talked about on mine, the only thing I would contemplate doing is possibly taking Little Batty out there and doing the 3 mage comp, but then they could go after Garrett and Soleus, so I think you kind of got to leave her.
They usually do pretty well for me, so
I think you're headed in the right direction. I would just shore up some teams. It's all about synergy.
Yep.
So I think if you shore up some teams and continue working on what you're working on, I think you'll be fine. I mean, you got a good plan in your head, so just stick with it.
I agree, man. Alright, well, this is kind of a long one, sorry guys, but when me and Xery get together, we got some good ideas flowing. But
yeah, we just talk and talk.
That's right, buddy. Alright, well guys, that's it. I'm back. Good to be back. Xery, as always, thank you for coming on my channel, man.
No, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, also, thank you so much for the camera I'm using and the shirt.
Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome, my friend.
Xery sent me a little care package for Christmas, you could say, and he sent me a Mandalorian shirt, and I don't have any Star Wars shirts, even though I'm the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. So
that's what we always talk about.
Yep, and you have no idea. That meant a lot, man, because I have no Star Wars shirts, and I'm like, this dude knows me too well. We haven't even met.
I was out, and I was like, well, I gotta wrap this up to send it in something, and I was like, oh, I saw that shirt, and I'm like, that is Bones written all over it.
I appreciate it, but did you ever finish it though? I don't know if I asked you that. Did you ever?
No, not yet, because you know what happened is, and I probably shouldn't say this, but me and my brother share a Disney Plus account, and he just had a kid, and then my TV crapped the bed. I had to go out and buy a whole new TV. So I text my brother, and I'm like, hey, man, what's the password again for Disney Plus? Because I forgot it. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm seeing the baby. I'll get back to you. Well, then it was like 4 or 5 days later. And then you know my life.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So
yeah.
I'm guessing...
No, I finally got it back. So I got 2 left to watch. The last 2.
Well, has it been spoiled for you already?
Nope. Nobody spoiled it. So nobody spoil it.
I can't believe that. Get on it, man. I cried.
I know.
I cried, brother.
And my mom almost spoiled it for me. Because I was like, you got to watch Mandalorian. Because she likes the Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't know. I tried the first episode. I couldn't get into it. I'm like, you got to give it like 3 episodes, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Get into it. And then she texts me. She's like, I can't stop watching this. Her and my dad binge watched both seasons in like 3 days. And then they're like, oh, the ending. I'm like, don't you even dare.
You better get onto it. Because I can't believe after all the memes and everything. You better not. If you... I added your XMG Facebook the other day. You better watch out. Because there's a lot of spoilers I've been sharing. So...
that's why I haven't been on social media or Discord a lot lately. Because I'm like, I don't want anybody ruin this for me.
And I'm not going to talk too much about it, dude, but it made me cry. All I'm going to say is the best thing I've seen since Return of the Jedi. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'll add it there.
I'm in.
So,
I'm in.
If you need to watch it on your phone or whatever.
That's what, now that I got the password back, I can put it on my, because I never had it on my phone before. So now I can put it on my phone, and usually I just sit up there and watch YouTube videos when I'm falling asleep, or ghost stories or something stupid, and then now I can put that on.
My girlfriend was laughing at me because it brought tears to my eyes. But that's what every other Star Wars fan said about it too, so I'll shut up about it.
Alright.
But yeah, Xery, I appreciate everything you do for me, man. You're like my brother from another
I love you, buddy.
From across the United
Absolutely.
States.
Amen.
But real quick, guys, go check out his page. We also did a roster review on that. And Xery and I will have some more stuff coming out about the new patch notes. And you know Xery's always got great videos coming out. So I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. XMG, represent.
Yeah.
And one more time, make war, not love. Right?
There it is. Take care, everybody.
All right. Peace.